Okay, people. I wish I'd have started this one January 1st, but it's January 23rd. I hope I'm going to adjust it as I go along. This is a cheap phone and I don't have any recording equipment, so it is what it is. Every day I'm going to read for those that would like to join me in recovery from alcoholism and addiction of whatever type, or even interested in the subject. Um, Thank you for listening. If anybody hears this, and you have to give it away to keep it. And so I'm grateful and happy to do this. I'm going to be reading out of the Daily Reflections, the As Bill Sees It, and Quiet Moments with Benedict Groeschel on a daily basis. And then I may add things from the Big Book, the 12 and 12, the 24-hour a day book, and whatever else, and the Big Book. Okay? So, as I said in my intro, which was recorded the wrong way, the Daily Reflections goes with the 12 months, January being for step one. I think. Maybe it mixes it up. It is what it is, okay? But anyway, here's today's January 23rd. By the way, I'm Johnny. I'm an alcoholic and addict that is in recovery today. And I know all about making a mess out of my life, people, with active alcoholism and addiction. So until I can get out and get the places, and even afterwards, this is what I'm going to do. So people anywhere that are interested in recovery can join me in recovery. January 23rd, Daily Reflections. Having fun yet? We are not a glum lot. If newcomers could see no joy or fun in our existence, they wouldn't want it. We absolutely insist on enjoying life. We try not to indulge in cynicism over the state of the nations, nor do we carry the world's troubles on our shoulders. That's from Alcoholics Anonymous, page 132. When my own house is in order, I find that different parts of my life are more manageable. Stripped from the guilt and remorse that cloaked my drinking years, I am free to assume my proper role in the universe. But this condition requires maintenance. I should stop and ask myself, this is in italics, am I having fun yet? Question mark. And the answer for me is yes. If I find answering that question difficult or painful, perhaps I'm taking myself too seriously and finding it difficult to admit that I have strayed from my house. And finding it difficult to admit that I've strayed from my practice of working the program to keep my house in order. I think the pain I experience is one way my higher power has to get my attention, coaxing me to take stock of my performance. The slight time and effort it takes to work the program, a spot check inventory, for example, or the making of amends, whatever is appropriate, are well worth the effort. And let me tell you, people, he has gotten my attention many, many, many times. Pain is the touchstone to all spiritual growth. Humility is the foundation principle of all 12 of AA's steps. Replace AA with any recovery steps. AA is the original. And I'm a real alcoholic. This is for a real alcoholic. And let me say, this is for real alcoholics and addicts, rather. And if you don't consider yourself that, remember this. If you're trying to control something, that means you're already out of control. And the elevator gets off at any floor. You definitely don't want to get to the points that I've gotten to in my life. So some people have heard me say this, and other people have never heard any of this. So that's why I'm doing this. And every day I'm going to read these readings, and it won't be posted later in the day like that. Now, I had already pre-turned to page 210, and As Bill Sees It. Page 210, Out of Bondage. At step 3, many of us said to our Maker as we understood him, God, I offer myself to thee, to build with me and to do with me as thou wilt. Relieve me of the bondage of self, that I may better do thy will. Take away my difficulties, that my transcendence over them may bear witness to those I would help of thy power, thy love, and thy way of life. May I do thy will always. We thought well before taking this step, making sure we were ready. Then we could commence to abandon ourselves utterly to him. You got to give it away to keep it. That's why I'm doing this. But you can't transmit something you don't have, so your own house has to be in order, your spiritual house. Father Benedict Groeschel I'm Catholic, as you can tell by the iconography, and my higher power is the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit, and I do believe in the intercession of Our Lady and all the angels and saints. But that's for me, people. So don't let that trip you out. Because anybody interested in recovery is more than welcome to the channel. But that's any experience, strength, and hope I share, even if it sounds like it's a lecture, it's not a lecture. I'm sharing my experiences when I do get to the point of talking about things. For now, I'm just going to get to the readings. Okay? Benedict Groeschel is a Franciscan monk as well as a psychiatrist, an MD. So I'm not even positive he's still on this side, to be honest with you. But I came across him decades ago on EWTN, and this is a book I got from him a long time ago. Page 98, Victory Over Vices. This analogy that the hart or wild deer killed serpents and then was very thirsty afterwards illustrates much that is critical for the spiritual quest, according to any classical author. Our vices must be purged. This is the first step of the spiritual journey, and the earnest aspirant is warned not to compromise. It is worth noting at the end of the 20th century that the struggle with vices is almost ignored even by genuinely religious people. Often the sincerely devout of our time seem to have little or no qualms of conscience about uncharitableness, detraction, calumny, and impatience, especially if these vices have become part of the functioning of their personality and have become linked with the habitual way they pursue their religious goals. However good these goals may be in themselves, one is struck by the lack of self-knowledge and discipline even on the part of those who are devout. It is fairly obvious that some well-intentioned spiritual writers display little working concept of fidelity or loyalty to legitimate authority, which is really far more important than the selective observance of this or that letter of the law. Now, people, welcome to my channel. The intro is what it is. I'm going to improve my video. The intro, the other video that's going to post whenever it uploads on cellular data. I look forward to posting these every day. I look forward to building the community. Of myself I am nothing, the Father doeth the works. And thank you. I hope you enjoy these readings that I'm going to do on a daily basis. And I will update my channel with some real information. You ever heard the saying, people, I was going to procrastinate once, but I never got around to it? Well, I'm trying not to procrastinate now, but I do have to correct my channel, but I might as well get started today with at least posting something. It's January 23rd. That's 123. That means get going, John. So thank you for joining it. I appreciate it, people. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. And I look forward to another readings tomorrow. Thanks.